guys, Joe Bonamassa here, live in Nerdville, California for the All Guitar Network, and today is Firebird 5 Day, and we're talking about one of my favorite guitar players of all time, the pride of Beaumont, Texas, Mr. Johnny Winter. And I first heard Johnny Winter when I was a kid, and my father put on a live record, and I'd never heard blues riff pentatonics done in that way before. He just had this insatiable appetite to just blow people away. And I subsequently had done some shows with him over the years, and he had this way of phrasing his bends and his pentatonics that were just so unique. And, you know, to me, a lot of his sound was in his 99% of the sound, or 90% of the sound is in your fingers and your DNA and the way you hear it in your mind. 10% is the guitar. The guitar that he used for a lot of this is a mid-60s, this is a 1964 example, Firebird 5. He also had other Firebirds, and he also used an Erlewine with no headstock towards the end. But this particular guitar is most synonymous with Johnny Winter. And what he would do is he just had these like real fast riffs. We play a lot of blues, you know. And slowly, to demonstrate that, he would go like this. And he had a very, very specific vibrato. And like all the players we talk about in this series, vibrato is your fingerprint, especially on a guitar. And Johnny had this really, really kind of rapid yet controlled vibrato. You know, it's like I would just sit there for hours. And he was a world-class slide player. And he made some of the most definitive Muddy Waters records he produced, I think, of all time. And his singing voice, the way he put together the blues, his reverence for the blues, and the fact that he was a big, big draw and a pop star, all at the same time, gave, you know, a kid from upstate New York some encouragement that maybe he could make a career in blues rock guitar as well. And Johnny played Fender style amps. He played a Fender amp in the 60s and 70s, but he also played Music Man amps, were a big part of his sound, and he would use a chorus pedal and a slide. But he had a specific set of finger picks that he used as well, that if he lost, it would be a big deal. And he used light strings, and he had a light touch, but he turned the amp all the way up with a light touch, so you get this kind of sinewy blooming thing that happens. You know, sometimes heavy strings sound great, sometimes they don't, and it just depends on the music. I always said my favorite sounds of these guitars are with a lighter string. But when I get on stage and I get all like hyper excited and I put the suit on and the sunglasses and slick back my hair, some chemical reaction happens and I start overbending and overplaying. So I need a bit of tetherball. But Johnny always kept it under control, and he had such a great phrasing. And again, these mini humbuckers on these Firebirds are, because he really spent most of his time just using the front pickup, but with the treble all the way up, the volume all the way up. The middle, I believe, was down to 0, and the bass was down to 0. So it would be peeling paint. But he made it work, and he had a great sound, and like, to me, one of the greats of all time. And I would still like to unearth that Woodstock footage, because they recorded it and they just didn't use it. But he was at Woodstock, and his manager didn't let him be in the film, but Tommy Shannon was the bass player as well. There's a little fun fact for you. Thank you very much. This has been Joe Bonamassa for the All Guitar Network, talking about Johnny Winter, live from Nerdville. We'll see you all the next time we do this. Thank you very much for coming.